everyone. Thank you for joining Ask a Care Navigator, Mondays with Maureen. Hello, I am Maureen Williams. I'm the Director of Care Navigation here at Four Seasons, the Care You Trust. And we try to create this space on most Mondays to talk about issues associated with living well and aging well, and perhaps how Four Seasons may be of service. If you have any questions or comments, you can drop them into the comments box, either now live or later, and we will respond. You can call us at 866-466-9734, or you can go to our website, which is fourseasonscare.org. Spell out the number 4, fourseasonscare.org. And thank you for joining us either on Facebook Live or on YouTube. We're trying some new technology, and I'm so grateful to my colleague Heidi Klemmer for arranging this. Thank you very much. Today, I wanted to focus on some dementia caregiving resources. Many, many, many millions of you out there in the United States and actually around the world are caregivers for someone who's living with dementia. And your world can get so small and feel so small from just being a caregiver, from just sharing love with another person, your love from someone you love. It's overwhelming. There are real struggles in being a caregiver for someone living with dementia, but you're not alone. There are resources out there. And I found this wonderful blog post from my own professional association called Dementia Caregiving is a Marathon, Not a Sprint. So I wanted to share some highlights with you from that of 10 resources you want to have on your team, 10, for those of you who are caregivers for someone living with dementia. And you probably already have a good number of these on there. So let's see where you go in the list, okay? The first thing is to have an elder law attorney. And I do mean someone who has expertise in elder law, not just estate planning, but elder law. The legal paperwork for you as a caregiver and on behalf of your loved one who's living with dementia can be very complicated. You need to have wills in place and healthcare powers of attorney, durable powers of attorney, HIPAA documents. You need to have so much in place. You need to have ways to structure your assets to protect them. There is so much that needs to happen for those of you who are caring for someone living with dementia. Engage the services of an elder law attorney. They can also help you navigate complicated family dynamics because not everyone may be on the same legal one, particularly if your spouses. Their elder law attorneys are fabulous. And right here in Western North Carolina, we have several excellent certified elder law attorneys. However, if you want to find an elder law attorney where you live, please go to the website for the National Academy of Elder Law Attorneys at naela.org. I'm a big fan of elder law attorneys. Well, the second professional you should probably have on your team is an aging life care professional. And yes, this is a shameless plug for the services that I provide, but we really do help walk with you in this space, journey with you as a caregiver and your loved one. We are very familiar with all the many resources in the communities and things like elder law attorneys as well. We help you navigate care options. I had a wonderful, sweet lady call me recently. She says, I'm going blind here. I'm just flying blind, not literally. She didn't know where to start, what she should be asking for. We can help you navigate that. We can help navigate your preferences and also family dynamics. We're pretty skilled in that. We are creative problem solvers. And my colleague, Lisa Mayfield, who wrote this article, wrote, one of our superpowers is overcoming resistance to help. We are really good at helping you and your loved ones navigate that complicated part of your life right now as a caregiver. We tend to be very proactive. So if you want to engage the services of an aging life care professional like myself, you can always call Four Seasons, 866-466-9734 or fourseasonscare.org. Or you can go to our professional association website, which is the Aging Life Care Association. And that website is called aginglifecare.org. And there's a feature to find someone just like me, wherever you are in the country. A third member to have on the team is a financial advisor. Now, if you're a caregiver of someone living with dementia, you already know what a financial strain this is putting on your life. It's extraordinary. The millions and millions of dollars that go into caregiving that's uncompensated is extraordinary. In addition to having the elder care attorney, elder law attorney, the age and life care professional, a financial advisor is also very helpful. They can create plans that are realistic and sustainable for you financially, given your unique financial situation. They can help you and your elder law attorney structure trusts and other protective mechanisms around your assets and those of your loved ones. They can also help you get all of your financial documents in order. They are invaluable in this situation. And they can also make sure that you're properly insured. This is extraordinary what you're living through. I can't imagine it myself. I've seen it, I've helped many, but for myself personally, I really can't imagine what you go through every day. So if you want some certified financial planner assistance, please go to cfp.net, cfp.net, to find a certified financial planner near you. There are a lot of them. A fourth member of a team might be a professional fiduciary. As a caregiver, your world just gets so small. You start setting your own needs aside. And this is what we're trying to do by having these other members on the team so you don't neglect yourself. But sometimes just paying bills and keeping track of all of this is just too exhausting. It just takes too much of your time. Sometimes you'll start forgetting or just avoid it. Wouldn't it be wonderful to have a professional fiduciary to take care of your bill paying and your organizing your financial documents for you? What else? They can support you in your role as the person's financial power of attorney. They can help you file long-term care insurance claims. Aging life care professionals can do that too. There's sometimes these financial tasks that are required of a caregiver are just beyond what you want to deal with. And one way of having good self-care is delegating it to another. So if you'd like to know how you can get a professional fiduciary, you can go to the American Association of Daily Money Managers. And that website is aadmm.com. There's some wonderful people out there to do that, including right here in Western North Carolina. Another essential member you have to have on your team, and this is the first time we're mentioning the clinical part, is an effective medical provider. I know you may love your primary care provider of many decades, but is she or he really trained in caring for someone living with dementia, for helping you navigate all the medical morass for those living with dementia? Well, you really want a physician or a doctor or medical provider or physician's assistant or nurse practitioner who has a really strong foundation in working with people living with dementia. It's essential. A geriatrician is an ideal doctor to work with you in this circumstance. We have some wonderful geriatricians here in Western North Carolina. I would really encourage you to have a geriatrician as part of your team. And some geriatricians are also willing to be primary care providers, not just focusing on the dementia, but the whole person. If you want to find a geriatrician, you can go to the American Geriatrics Society. And that website is healthinaging.org. The American Geriatric Society, healthinaging.org. And down at the bottom, there's a feature that says, find a geriatrics healthcare professional. And you can find that by zip code and city and state. I've tried all these websites today, so I know they work. A sixth member, or a sixth, not so much a member at this point, but a sixth tool in your toolkit here at this point is to contact the Dementia Society of America. Literally, 1-800-DEMENTIA. Dementia Society of America, 1-800-DEMENTIA. This organization it's a nonprofit run by volunteers largely, is chock full of online resources, local resources, life enrichment to help individuals and families who are living with dementia. They have that information request hotline number I just gave you. They have many online resources, and you can find the Dementia Society of America at www.dementiasociety.org. Check it out. It's chock full of resources. Another tool to put in your toolkit is a support group. You're a caregiver of someone living with dementia. It's a hard life. No one really truly understands what you're living through except for someone who's going through something very similar. I work with people all the time in support of the caregivers and their loved ones who are living with dementia, but I don't live with that 24/7 every day. Support group members really get you. They really understand what you're going through. They're sometimes your best resources. They get it. And I love what they call their shared knowledge that's part of these groups. You know, there's power in numbers. Knowledge is power. We'll talk about that in a minute, but there's power in numbers in this situation. The collective wisdom you gain will be invaluable, and your wisdom that you'll share with others will be invaluable to them as well. So try it. Step out. I know the hardest part is just stepping out in faith to join a support group, but please do so. Go to the AARP website, and there's a special feature there called How to Find the Right Caregiver Support Group. And there's actually a way to search for them where you live. We do have some very wonderful support groups here in Western North Carolina. An 8th tool in your toolkit should be caregiver respite. Yes, that's you, caregiver. You need a break. It's not realistic or feasible or sustainable to be on 100% of the time, all the time. You just can't do it. Your health will begin to fade and fail. And in fact, honestly, when I was working in hospice care directly, when I was hearing that a caregiver's health was beginning to decline, I knew 2 things were happening. The caregiver was exhausted because the care needs of the person living with dementia were becoming more than he or she could bear. Something's going on. You need that respite, that minimum of 1 to 2 hours, hopefully more, 3 to 4 a week that you are away from full-time caregiving. Those hours are essential for you. At a minimum, you really need a break. It's not that you don't love your loved one. You need a break, please. So if you need to bring in a professional caregiver or someone to provide you respite care, and many of the home care agencies here in Western North Carolina, all of them, will provide respite services, a companion, so that you can get out of the house. But if you, wherever you are, if you want to find a professional caregiver, please go to the Home Care Association of America, and that website is hcaoa.org. to find a professional caregiver in your area. A 9th tool to put in your toolkit is to please consider creative engagement. Sometimes it's good for your loved one to get out of the house, to go to an adult daycare program designed specifically for people living with dementia. Those programs are chock full of enrichment to exercise their brain, to keep them engaged. They provide meals and snacks and activities and programs. They'll administer medications. They'll do wound care, dressing changes. They are invaluable tools in your community. Your local area agency on aging. Remember, I've talked about that before. Or certainly your aging life care professionals like me. We can get you connected with these adult daycare programs in your area. Those are usually a minimum of 4 to 6 hours a day. And you might have your loved one going 2 or 3 or more days a week. They're wonderful. That structure is so important. So to find an adult day program where you live, go to the website for the National Adult Day Services Association, National Adult Day Services Association, and that can be found at nadsa.org. All right, the 10th tool to have in your toolkit as a caregiver is your local library. I mentioned that knowledge is power. It really is, and you gain knowledge in groups, but sometimes you just need a book that speaks to you, and your local librarian is your best resource. They're wonderful. They might find a book to hold on to, an online resource. They're wonderful. Libraries still exist, y'all. And the easiest way to find your local public library is through your own search engines. Google, Safari, whatever you use, just Google where your local library is and step into that space. And I'm certain that your local librarian will be very helpful. So these 10 tools or tips or members of the team, I really do encourage you all to have these lined up. And if you need help getting started with that, you can call me at 866-466-9734. And sometimes I might navigate you to our own home care agency here or within Four Seasons or other agencies, or might navigate you to palliative care to get some more medical support. But and then some. I navigate you to all of these tools here. But if we can be of service, please let us know. And if you don't live in this area, use the tools I gave you. And if you have questions or want to know what those websites are, just call me 866-466-9734 or go to our website, fourseasonscare.org, and I'll be glad to respond to your inquiry. And I've been doing so the last few weeks. Thanks for those of you who've been viewing and asking questions. We really do appreciate it, and we want to be here for you. All righty. I hope this has been helpful. Join me next Monday, March the 3rd. We're already in March, and I'll have another topic for you on how to live well and age well, and perhaps how Four Seasons may be of service. Join me next Monday, March the 3rd at noon for Ask a Care Navigator, Mondays with Maureen. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great day. Bye.